Meet Kyle. He's one of those guys in high school who thinks he's God's gift.
Should you vote for me just because I'm the rich, popular, good-looking guy? Oh, yeah!
All right, welcome back to Did They Game It? On today's show, I'm going to be playing Beastly on the Nintendo Wii and watching the film. I don't know how many of you remember Beastly, but it came out, I didn't remember it. It came out during the Twilight era of films, and you could tell this was going to be CBS's film's version of Twilight or their franchise like Twilight. And CBS Films is no longer in business. This is probably one of the reasons why.
Oh, yeah!
The company that made the game, they also seem to be out of business. They're no longer producing games. So that just kind of tells you a lot about how this went down. I didn't know that it was supposed to, they thought this was going to be big because Neil Patrick Harris is in it, from How I Met Your Mother and Doogie Howser. And yeah, I was just wondering how they got him because this was in the middle of How I Met Your Mother fame. But yeah, I guess they got actors because they thought it was going to be something. So I will read the back of the box. Here we go. Kyle Kingston is the spoiled, shallow prince of his high school kingdom. But when he humiliates a witch like classmate, she retaliates by transforming him into someone as unattractive on the outside as he is on the inside. Now he has 1 year to find someone to love him in his new physical state, or he will remain beastly forever. Play the companion video game to the existing CBS Films motion picture and live the fantasy. Live the fantasy. Fuck. Live the fantasy. I should learn how to read. But I wish everybody could see the cover to this game because it's just something that shouldn't be in a video game collection. I'm probably going to be posting the cover of it to our Instagram, I'm sure. So that's our shameless plug. Go to the Instagram and you can see the cover of the Beastly game on Wii. I'm going to start off this week talking about the game since I did play that one before I watched the film. So the game starts with the Storm City Games logo, which did not fill me with confidence, and then I looked it up. They're no longer publishing games. Then the CBS Films logo, which I had never heard of, and I guess they're no longer making movies. All right, so the game starts off on the Buxton Academy Network, where you're getting messages from different students about some election thing, blah, blah, blah. And the first mini game, so the whole video game is just a bunch of mini games basically, and then just walking around. Ooh, you do ride a motorcycle at one point. But the first thing you have to do is go around and knock down signs that have drawings on Kyle's face, like, the mustache, monocle sort of deal, devil horns. And then after that, cuts to a scene of the movie, which that's going to happen a lot. It's going to cut to scenes of the movie constantly. Uh, this game is probably only like 40 something minutes. So it's not a long game, but at one point I did want to get up and eat. And I don't think you can save this game, or at least I couldn't find a way to, or pause. I think you just go to the Buxton Academy Network, and that's the pause basically. But yeah, I couldn't find a way to save, so I basically just had to leave the Wii on while I went to go eat. Um, I didn't put a lot of focus into the game, so I didn't really designate time for it to really dial in, and you don't have to. But yeah, I thought that was kind of weird that I couldn't save it, but it's only 40 minutes, so man, I don't know. Sometimes I think you got to take a break to really just soak all this up. You really get into the fantasy of being Beastly.
Oh, yeah!
So after that mini game, movie clip, and then you walk around some more, movie clip. Then there's, let's see. Oh, then the main one is main mission is you have to find 10 students to go on the Machu Picchu trip. So you walk around with a clipboard just asking random students if they want to go to Machu Picchu. So you just keep walking around going, Machu Picchu? Machu Picchu? You want to go to Machu Picchu? Like you do well, you didn't do that, I did that. The character doesn't say anything. I just walked around doing that. I also like to just imagine myself as one of the characters. You know, like just a guy in his 30s in a Letterman's jacket being like, "Come on, everybody, let's do this for the school." I don't know. That's how you get through this game. You use your imagination and just put in your own funny stuff. That's what I did. So after you walk around with the clipboard and you get 10 people to sign up, you have to go count votes. And you remove votes where they drew on Kyle's face. And then you get another video clip. So that's fun. And then you have to get a party invite. So apparently there's a party after Kyle wins. And you have to get a ticket to get in. First off, they put you in line at the club. And then you go to the front and they say, you got to go to the back of the line, which makes sense. I guess I'm not that popular at this school either. So I go to the back of the line and then it tells you to go to the front of the line and get in. So apparently my character goes to the back of the line, probably hypes himself up talking about how cool he is and thinks that he can cut in line. Then he gets up there and they say you got to have a ticket. So you go back to the school to get a ticket and then you go back to the club. Once you get into the club, you're supposed to take some pictures of the people. Also, I don't know what this club is about or why they have a bunch of teenagers in there in high school, but whatever. I guess don't look into it. You got to take some pictures of them dancing around, and then you dance. And this is where I truly became the beast. Just cutting up that dance floor with these wee moves. And then after that, you hang out with Mary Kate Olsen's in it, one of the Olsen twins. And so anyway, you conjure up some hexes with Michelle Tanner in the middle of the club.
You have a year to find someone to love you, or stay like this forever.
Oh, yeah!
And that's where Kyle ends up getting his curse set on him, where he has to find love within 1 year. I took a lot of notes. I did not expect to take this many notes for Beastly, but it was pretty funny. So then after that, they say Kyle goes to rehab, so he's missing from school, and people are totally talking all about it on the social media site. But your character goes back to school, and people want to know more about Kyle, so they tell you to basically commit a misdemeanor and pull the fire alarm so you can go check lockers to find evidence about him. So you pick this padlock and you take the evidence back to the student who asked you to do this, and they just say that they don't care anymore. So I was noticing a pattern with my character. It seems like everybody in this school is fucking rude to him. Like they never move out of his way. You can be either a female or a male character, but they never move out of his way. You ask about Machu Picchu, and some of them call you a troll. Some of them just say you don't get it. And others, like one guy's just like, I've been there before. Okay, dude. Like that's cool. Like simply just say no. But then this person tells you to commit a misdemeanor and you do it, and then they just say, yeah, dude, I don't care. That was like 5 minutes ago. And so this is like the beginning of my character becoming a how do I tap dance around this? He's becoming a student that would wear a leather duster at 98-degree weather to school, if you know what I mean. Like if there was a lockdown, he might be the cause of it. If he asked you to prom and you said no, I wouldn't come to school the next day. It sounds like he's becoming that sort of character, and throughout the game, people are just rude to him. So after you commit the misdemeanor, break the padlock or pick the padlock, you have to go on a motorcycle to see if you can find Kyle. And you go to his place, and then Neil Patrick Harris, Doogie Howser, is there. And in this movie, he's a blind man. So, of course, you play darts with the blind man. So after you play darts with Daredevil, you move on, and here's my note. Kyle deleted social media with a frowny face. So that was a pretty sad moment. I don't know. You basically got nothing out of playing darts with Daredevil. He just said that like Kyle's gone for a little bit. So then Michelle Tanner posts some downer message on the social media, and people are just like, "No, you're freaking me out." And she's the witch, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Also, so there's a weird thing with Twilight in this movie. What the hell is with people with magical powers hanging out at the high school? What creeps? Like, Twilight, how romantic it was that some like vampire that's hundreds of years old is hitting on high school students, and then you got a witch at high school. Go somewhere else. Like, just use your magical powers to write a fucking transcript and move on instead of getting picked on there and then ruining people's lives, which kind of sucks anyway in the game and the movie. So let's see. Oh, yeah, I have to dance again at another event and walk around a crowd. Um, yeah, and then it's Halloween. That's where you dance at a Halloween party. And then you play a candy machine game. I don't know why. You play a candy machine game. And then there's a shooting. So in the movie, this shooting happened too. It was the lady that Beasley's interested in. I should have learned names. I forgot her name. Anyway, Beasley's interested in her, and her father's a drug addict.
Oh yeah!
And then two drug dealers get into it with him. He ends up shooting one of the drug dealers, and then he's like, "Girl, I'm gonna kill your daughter," and runs away. And so that gives Beasley the chance to like basically buy his daughter without money. He just says, "Have her stay with me. I can protect her because the drug dealers are coming back." So, I mean, he is a drug addict, so I guess he could. The drug addict dad just like hands her off to this freak, and then she lives with him. This is the movie I'm talking about. You don't really see this in the game. He starts trying to win her over. He builds her a greenhouse and stuff. It's super cheesy. It's I don't know. I had to play this after looking at the cover. This podcast isn't always going to be fun. So, yeah, a drug addict dad just hands her over. And then in the game, your character investigates the shooting, which I don't know why that's in there, but you go in and you like take pictures of evidence, and the cops just like leave this crime scene where somebody was murdered so a teenager could go over there and investigate. And again, this is what I'm talking about, how this weird character you're playing is building up to something, some tragedy that's going to occur because his personal life is concerning. I think we should more focus on that than the whole Beastly thing because I feel like this sociopath is just flying under the radar because everybody's focusing on this Beastly fella that has his scars, basically just scarred up and bald with weird tattoos, which it's like, I don't know if you've ever been to a Walmart, but basically you're going to find the same characters there. And so I wouldn't be too concerned, but this was 2011. So different times, I guess. See, dance, candy machine, investigate a murder. And then, yeah, guys, we're going to Machu Picchu. So we get enough people to sign, and then you're trying to find the female character, which again, I cannot remember her name. I'm going to pause really quick, and I'm going to look that up. Her name is Lindy, everyone. He makes a greenhouse for Lindy.
I'm gonna build her a greenhouse. She's very into roses.
This rocks.
Oh yeah!
Sorry, I could not remember her fucking name to save my life. So, yeah, you go to find Lindy because she's been saving up money for years to go to Machu Picchu. That's in the movie. I don't know if it was mentioned in the game. But then when you go to find Lindy, because you're taking a flight, like, time's of the essence, you got to go. Like, your character is like, oh, I'll find Lindy really quick. And then you leave, and then fucking Daredevil shows up again.
Chicks dig blind guys.
Too bad they don't dig ugly guys.
How do you know?
Oh yeah!
And he doesn't give you any answers. And he's just like, let's play golf for a bit. And so you drive some balls off the roof with him. And then he gives you an answer that really doesn't, it was pointless. It doesn't do anything. You don't get Lindy to go with you to Machu Picchu. You just kind of leave. And you go to Machu Picchu yourself. Have a great time, I assume, plotting whatever you're going to plot for the school. Yeah, so we made it to Machu Picchu, guys. And for some reason, the game continues. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention at one point, because this happens in the movie too, they start, bonding at the zoo, like, it's really romantic. You sneak into the zoo, your character, and then, like, to progress during the game, you have to read all this stuff about different animals, and then there's a quiz at the end of it to, further the game, which I thought was weird because I was reading those facts and thought, "Okay, like, do I really have to read every sign?" I guess you do unless you just have knowledge of animals, which I answered some that I didn't pay attention to, but I'm not being graded here, so I don't have to answer that. So anyway, once you go to Machu Picchu, it's the same shit. Like, you start reading stuff of facts about Machu Picchu, and then there's a quiz at the end again to have the game progress, and I'm starting to think I got duped into some, edutainment game. Like Luigi's Missing and stuff like that. That's not what I came here for. I came here to be a beast. So after you answer those questions, you play like a matching game with pictures. They show you two pictures and you find the difference in them and you just point those out. And then once you get past that, like the game just ends. Basically, on the social media thing, it just says that Kyle's returned. The witch, Michelle Tanner, just kind of makes some references to the curse. And yeah, that's it. The game just ends. That's Beasley. I paid 6.69 for this game, and as you could imagine, I wish I had my 6.69 back. I didn't expect anything with this game. Like I basically knew what it was. This is a game for preteens and teens who have absolutely no video game experience. And I'm sure you just again, this is probably another Rite Aid or Dollar General Wii video game purchase where you would see it in a bin or on a shelf for $5 or something clearance. And I mean that's what you would expect. It even the controls I didn't like to make the characters walk. I felt like they could have made it easier. I mean, it's not difficult, it's just kind of annoying the way you'd have to move them, or maybe it's because I would stop paying attention in the middle of everything. But yeah, basically, though, I could say that the game they gamed it because there was so many clips in it that, when I watched the movie, I knew the whole story. Like, I got the whole thing. So they did game it,
Oh yeah!
and that could be because they showed a horrendous amount of clips throughout the game. Yeah, the movie itself, that was also another one. It's what do you expect? It's like a Twilight knockoff. I didn't like Twilight either. And I looked if there was a Twilight game on the Wii. It's only a trivia one. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to probably buy more of these, I guess, to review because for $6 or $7, that's a good way to pop out some episodes, I guess, without spending a whole lot of money. Because still just using canned money to do this. But yeah, the movie itself, fuck, what would I rank that? I don't even know because I didn't hate it. It wasn't like something you couldn't watch. It was just something that you really didn't care about. It's a pretty short movie. It's like an hour and a half, which still felt too long. But yeah, in the movie too, kind of all over the place. But in the movie, basically Kyle he learns his lesson, I guess, because he asked for Doogie Howser or Barney Stinson to get his eyesight back. And then, oh, there was this female maid. She pops up in the game, but she's barely in it. He asked for her kids to be given green cards. So her kids get the green cards. Barney gets his vision back. And then Kyle, like, so he was hoping that Vanessa Hudgens would tell him that this wasn't in the game, that she loves him. And he took her to the family's beach house, which is cool and everything, and they have a good time. But her drugged up dad, I guess, ODs back in the city. So she has to leave immediately, and he's getting her on a train. And she like basically does that thing where they stop and she goes, wait. And he thinks she's gonna say that I love you. Instead, she says that he's a really good friend. And this does not go over well. So she gets on the train and she starts riding off, and he had wrote her a letter. In the letter, he starts it off by saying he's been thinking about letters a lot lately and how nobody writes letters anymore. He says letters a bunch of times. And so he goes home and he like flips out and tears down the greenhouse that he built for her and doesn't talk to her. And then Doogie Howser and the maid are trying to get him to call her, which I'm still thinking like, dude, your main goal here, I know, this is a cheesy movie because they're gonna fall in love, what have you. But my thing is, dude, you're still trying to get this curse reversed. So you should just be focusing on that, not like, oh, she didn't say she loved me and start throwing a tantrum. So for that, he deserves to remain a monster, I think. I don't get it why we're supposed to like him. Even at the end. Like, okay, you asked for like a blind guy to see again. Who wouldn't do that? What dick would not ask for that? Like if you got basically Michelle Tanner's just like a genie. And yeah, that's actually not her name in this film. That was her name from Full House, but there's too many names. So anyway, Michelle Tanner could do a lot of things. Who's for some reason just handing out free wishes. I don't know why people are giving her shit. Um, yeah, so he flips out, has a tantrum, cries, and then guess what, everyone? He decides that he really does care about her. So he goes and stops her from going on the Machu Picchu trip, which I'm not cool with. And I don't think anybody else at Kingston Academy wants to miss out on the Machu Picchu trip. My character definitely wouldn't. And that was the thing when I was watching this final scene, I was trying to picture myself in the background in the Letterman's jacket, just nodding along, where I basically look like I'm an undercover narc. Probably trying to catch Vanessa Hudgens' dad who's been messing around all the kids. And so, anyway, she admits that she loves him. He goes outside. He turns back into himself. And then Lindy or whatever, she comes out and starts trying to look for the beast. Oh, yeah, he gave her a fake name. I didn't pay attention to this. He gave her a fake name so she doesn't know that it was Kyle. But they're the same exact height, build, have the same exact voice. She didn't put it together. It's basically like the Spider-Man thing and Superman thing where it's like, how did she not realize they have the same fucking voice? They should be the same. You spent so much time with this dude, and you never put that together. Same eyes, same structure. So anyway, yeah, she goes to call the beast, and then Kyle's phone rings, and she realizes it was him the whole time. None of that other evidence, just the fact that he could have just taken the dude's phone. You don't know. Kyle's a real dick. He could have just beat up the dude for looking different, stole his phone. Anyway, that's basically where the movie ends. They have another part where the dad, who he's a weatherman, uh, weatherman, he's an anchorman. He is a famous anchorman. That's Kyle's dad. And yeah, the witch starts working for him as his secretary, so it just leads you to believe that she's gonna put the curse on him too. Uh, yeah, it's it's teen crap. That's basically what it is. That was in one of Kyle's speeches too, just talking about how should you vote for me because I'm handsome and my dad is a famous news anchor. And then he says, like, talking about embrace the suck. He kept saying that. And then when Michelle Tanner curses him, she says, embrace the suck, Kyle. And that's what starts the curse. It's all very weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like any of this. I don't wanna do this anymore. Yeah, so anyway, the game I give like a 2 out of 10. Probably a 1. Probably a 1 out of 10. Yeah, it's for people with no gaming experience and love Beastly, so I don't know if that person even exists. I might I might have Sean play it with me and watch the movie. He could get a kick out of it. I know Maddie has the book. I didn't have to twist her arm to read that again. So yeah, that's Beastly for the Wii. Maybe we'll cover this again. All right, well, that's enough for me. Tune in next week when I cover Little Women on the Neo Geo. Until then.
But Kyle, best embrace the suck.